Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Last time we did a lot of Poe hunting, collected a lot of Poes around Hyrule Field, and now with that all said and done, there are two more things I want to do before we continue on with the story. And one of them is over here near the entrance to Zora's Domain from Hyrule Field. What we can do after we have the ball and chain is if we come over to this one section on the top of Hyrule Field, there's this cave that we can go into, but we can't do anything in here until we have the ball and chain. Now that we have the ball and chain, we can actually, take on this little cave, and this is gonna be the hardest heart piece to get in the game, in my opinion, because this is a big old block puzzle area, very similar to the puzzle that you have in Snow Peak. So what we need to do is we need to complete this type of puzzle 3 times in order to get the heart piece. Now, this is probably the hardest heart piece to get in the game just because this puzzle is very confusing. And I actually have a guide window opened up next to me just to make this easier, because this can take a long time unless you do have like a detailed guide. And I know guides are different from the Wii to the GameCube version, so that's a big difference on people. So if you're using the GameCube version and playing along, this is going to be kind of hard for you to do. Even if you tried to mirror all my actions, it's still kind of difficult to follow. But there you go. You need to put these cubes right on these switches in order to open the different paths, and as you can tell, they put more and more switches here in each time, so that's what makes this more difficult. It's not the first, the first room of this isn't really that bad. It's just the second and third rooms that are more confusing, and they take a lot more time and trial and error. This heart piece, I don't really like getting all that much just because of this here. This confusing kind of attribute to the puzzle. And if you screw up once, then it's going to be kind of hard for you to get back to where you need to go. It really is, so I have to keep on checking over this little guide I got. This is just a little picture walkthrough, but anything helps. As you see now, they start adding more gates. Even though you unlocked one gate, there's another gate behind it. So you can't just do this once and be good. No, you have to do this multiple times. Okay, so then I have to push this one over here. Then I kind of push this block up in its place. I think I almost got this. Yeah, then I just have to push this one across and we're good. Alright, good. The third puzzle doesn't take as long, but it's the most challenging. And you can kind of see why. They put a switch right in the middle of the room. Of course, it's going to be so much more difficult than the last room, because you got to figure out how are you going to be able to do this and just be able to do it right, because we had a similar puzzle like this in the Snow Peak Ruins house, but it wasn't as difficult as this because, well, it was more curved. This is a big old square, so of course this is going to be more difficult. Alright, but I think I got it. I think I actually understand what to do without looking at that guide anymore. Kind of feel bad when I have to look at these guides in my playthroughs, only because it just takes out the immersion of me actually just trying to figure this stuff out on my own. One thing's sure, if this was a puzzle game for a Let's Play, then I would feel really bad about doing this. But that's not the case. And really, the only game I was actually going to ever try doing as a blind Let's Play for a puzzle game so far has just been Portal Prelude, and that got cancelled because I didn't like my commentary. The video was kind of subpar at times. It's just, there were so many reasons why I canceled that. For right now, the only puzzle game I can think of I would actually do a blind playthrough of would probably be Portal 2, and even then I played the game, but there's new DLC out for the PlayStation 3 version I just saw in the store like a few days ago. And it's a new puzzle in general. It's new maps for the puzzle and everything. And it's for PlayStation Move. So if I can go ahead and use my DualShock 3 controller as the joystick, and then just use the PlayStation Move controller as the, Move controller obviously, then I might be able to do that. But I have to look into it before buying it, because if that needs the the nunchuck style controller for the move. I'm not gonna be able to get that because I don't have that attachment, and I don't plan on going out getting it just for one game. It just feels like a big waste of money just for one game. Go out and get a controller you need for that. It just doesn't feel that worth it to me, so I had to do some research before going ahead and purchasing that. But if I could do that as a blind playthrough, I would. When I first got Portal 2, actually, I was going to go ahead and do one of the custom maps as a big challenge video, but it turned out to be like over an hour long, and then when I did it, the commentary was just destroyed. I liked my commentary, it sounded good, but it was so glitchy, it skipped all over the place. It just was unusable. You couldn't understand half the stuff I was saying because of how broken up I sounded for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but that kind of ruined things there. But now we have the heart piece. Let's do the second thing I wanted to do before continuing on with story, and that is to get immersed by this wolf and learn a new hidden skill. And I just noticed that wolf actually had a missing eye. So that's pretty cool. His left eye was poked out, missing. I never noticed that little character feature on him before. We're ready to learn a new hidden skill. Apparently, according to our master here, it's even more deadly than all these past hidden skills we learned, so we'll see if that's actually true. I don't think it is. It's gonna be, you know, that bad, but we'll find out. So the sixth hidden skill is the jump strike. One of the basic sword techniques is the jump attack. It inflicts great damage, but none would call it effective against multiple foes. To perform the jump strike, prepare a jump attack, but focus power on your blade. The surge of the blade releases can strike all enemies around you. This is the jump strike. Lock on with Z, then press and hold A until you get the right time to release your strength. Which is very simple. Pretty much you just hold it down for about a second, and then you'll be able to attack multiple enemies at once. So he splits into three somehow. Guess he's tapping into his inner Naruto there with a Jujutsu move or something, or his inner Pokemon using Double Team. Where you would just charge up your sword and release the jump strike. You'll be able to hit all those copies very easily. Jump strike is very useful, and it is pretty powerful, but I don't use it all the time because you don't have that many moments where you need to use it. But it's still a very helpful skill. So there we go. We got our 6 hidden skill. There's only one more left. Can you believe it, guys? We only have one more hidden skill left to learn. This is really good to see this all coming together in progress. I'm almost endowed with the strength required of the hero. That's really good to hear. Do you not already feel the courage granted by the strength as it guides you step by step towards your true enemy? Believe in your strength. Continue to push forward, unflinchingly, and without straying from your path. May we meet again for one final time and one final lesson. And this is pretty much almost an episode on its own. This is ridiculous how long this was, but let's go ahead and head back over to Castletown, because while we're there, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get ourselves our next location. We need to go for that Mirror Twilight, but while we're there, I'm also wanting to give Agatha most of my bugs so I can go ahead and get myself you know, more rupees and buy myself something nice. That is, if the store's open at this hour. I don't know if the store's gonna be open right now that I want to go to here. Well, it's Mal's new store he took over. I'm hoping it's open this late at night. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and give Agatha a good chunk of my bugs. So I'm gonna go ahead and just head in there, and I'll cut back to when I have my full wallet, because I'm gonna need 600 rupees to buy this armor upgrade from Mallow's store. So I'll see you guys in just a second. There we go. We got a full wallet of 600. So before going ahead and heading back over to Telma's bar, let's go back into the main area of Castletown here and see if that shop is open. Now my full wallet, I want to go ahead and buy that armor upgrade. Now I didn't get to show this store off when it wasn't owned by Hiccup, apparently. Hate those, but I didn't get to show this store off when it was owned by someone other than Mallow. Pretty much when you went in here, prices were extremely high. You really didn't want to buy anything here, and it was filled with these rich, snobbish-like people, so it was not really a place you went to. In fact, you had to have your shoes shined if you actually wanted to go in, which is wasted money. But after it's bought over by Mallow, I don't know what the heck happened here, but apparently somehow things got a lot more happy, a lot more musical, and a lot more dancey. Kind of weird, if you ask me. First time I came in here, I had this like weird face on me going, what the fuck? I just didn't know how to react to this. It's just so weird. In fact, he doesn't moonwalk just to show you all his stuff. That's just really out there. But this is what we really want. He sells you potions, arrows, bombs, but we want to get the magic armor. It's 598 rupees. I don't know why they couldn't make it even 600. But let's go ahead and buy it. So we just bought ourselves the magic armor. This armor is the last little armor upgrade you get in the game. If you wear it, you will become invincible, but there's a trade-off. It'll take up a rupee a second if you get hit. I think it takes up like 10 to 20 rupees. And if you're out of rupees, you can barely move with the suit on. So it's something that's nice to have, but it's not all that useful in a lot of circumstances. It's not really something I'm going to be using much because being immortal, not being able to take damage, well, it's nice to have. It takes out the challenge factor, and I have plenty of hearts. So I think the only time I would go ahead and use the magic armor and really fully show it off is if I did go and do the Cave of Ordeals and show that off legitimately and try to go through it as fast as I can, because really, we've seen how this kind of a thing works in Zelda games. If you've played Wind Waker, then you know how this magic armor works, because there was a very similar upgrade you got in that game. It just took up magic instead. So this isn't something new to the Zelda games, but I will show it off because I want to show how this works. Just not really as useful when you have so many hearts. But the next place we need to go is over in the Sacred Grove, huh? So we're heading back now to Faron Woods, and we're actually going back into the Sacred Grove where we got the Master Sword. Okay, well, that's going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and head over there. But while we're doing that, I'm going to want to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. So, next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, we're going to go ahead and head back into the Sacred Grove and see if we have our Mirror Shard over there. So I'll see you guys next time.